Today's episode will actually be a pep talk for many of you who are on the fence about starting your own teacher biz because while you want all of those benefits that I talked to you about in our last episode, you're also a little nervous to put yourself out there and to bring your business to life, to put your face on your business, to announce to the world that you have your own online business. And many of you I know, because I've heard from you, are experiencing some limiting beliefs like, will anyone actually buy the products that I make? Would anyone spend money for something made by me? And I'm going to address all of those thoughts today. So this is totally normal. If you are feeling this way, I want you to know that it is 100% normal, and everyone who has ever started an online business, okay, I don't know that for a fact, but I'm going to go out there on a limb and say that every single person who has ever started an online business has had these feelings at one point or another. I know that I did, and it's really, really a common thing. So just know that you're not alone. We've all felt that way. Now, it does take a little bit of being brave and maybe pretending to have some confidence before you actually do to put yourself out there in your business. When you are having the thoughts of, would anyone buy something from me? Is my product really good enough? What if someone criticizes me? What if a troll on the internet finds me and says something mean about me or my products or my business? When you're having those thoughts, I want you to really just flip a switch and stop thinking so much about yourself. And I'm saying that with love. I know that we are not, self-centered people. None of you are. You are good people. We all have these thoughts. But when you're having them, it means you're thinking a little bit of too much about yourself. So let's flip that script. Instead of thinking about yourself, I want you to start thinking about the person out there that needs you and needs the products that you're bringing to the world. Focus on them. Focus on that real human across the internet that is looking for you right now. And when you do that, all of that other stuff kind of melts away because who cares if some troll on the internet has something mean to say about you if you're actually helping a real human in the process? If someone was in real life struggling with something and you could help them, okay, so let me just think of the first real life example that comes to mind. If a mom is pushing a stroller and can't open a door and you're walking by down the street, of course you would open that door and help her, even if someone grumpy is mad that they have to wait a second around you, right? So you would never in real life let someone who is a quote unquote troll stop you from doing something good to actually help a real human. You would never do that. And yet, in our businesses and putting ourselves out there online, we do this all the time. And it's just really important for you to think about the real person that you are helping so that you then don't worry about all of those other things so much. I do this all the time. I still do. I do it now. I have something else that I can do now to help me that I will tell you a little bit more about in a second, and that will come in time. But at any point in your business, you can do this. So for me, I am a little nervous to put my podcast out in the world. I've never done a podcast before. It's a new thing for me. I don't love my voice. I have some insecurities that someone somewhere might think, who are you to start a podcast? Who would want to listen to you in their earbuds? And all of those things, all of those things. Of course, I have those thoughts. I am not somehow immune or overly confident or any of those things. But whenever those thoughts creep up, I stop myself and I think about you. I think about the person across the internet who is right now a teacher and feeling a little stuck in their job. Just all of the things that I say in my intro are so, so true. And I remind myself of that all of the time. I remember standing in your shoes, that whole, everything that comes after that. I remember all of those things. And I am not going to let any of my insecurities stop me from helping you because I know I can help you. I know that I know information that can help you change your life. And I will not let my feelings about my voice or about what someone else somewhere might think of me stop me from helping you because I have to get this information to you. If I tell you how to do this, you can change your whole life. And I'm not going to let any of those other feelings stop me from helping you do that. Do you get what I'm saying? And even if it's on a lower scale, I mean, I know that your business is not helping other teachers start their own business and change their life, but in little ways, it can change someone's life. If you're helping a homeschool parent teach their child and give them the confidence to actually teach their child in the right way without second guessing everything they're doing, you are changing their life. If you're helping a teacher bring learning resources to her classroom without having to do hours and hours of prep work at home and allowing her to actually have a little bit of a life or to do something fun on the weekend without constantly prepping for her upcoming lessons in her classroom, you are changing her life. And that is not something to take for granted or to minimize. It is huge. It is huge. And I just want you to see that. When you focus on your person, then all of the other little stuff kind of falls away. So it's really important to have a clear picture in your mind, in your heart of the person that you are actually trying to help across the internet. I know you. I know that you are wanting to start your own business. I know that you are feeling, I know that you need this episode because you're feeling all of these doubts inside of yourself about it. I know that I need to support you through all of those things. And I know exactly what you need to hear. I know you. And you need to know your customer just as well. On the kindergarten ready side of things, I know that customer too. I know she's a little bit doubtful of herself and she really values education. She likes doing fun activities with her child, but she needs the instructions step by step on how to do everything so that she has the confidence to actually do them. I know that customer so, so well. Okay, so at first, you're just going to have to stop yourself and think about your person. What I like to do now, which I probably, to be perfectly honest, might not have loved to do in the beginning because I didn't love to make a video in the beginning. It took me years to get comfortable with that. I didn't love to record my voice in the beginning. It took me a while to get comfortable with that. I mean, of course, I encourage you to accelerate your business and skip over all of those times of being uncomfortable with video and recording your voice, but I know that that is a real thing. However, if you could record a video just for you to keep, or a voice recording just for you to talk some thoughts out, or even just like talking into a Google Doc on your phone. I mean, you could type it out if you enjoy doing that. For me, I just is faster to talk something out. But just get those thoughts out. Recenter yourself. Think about the person that you're helping and talk it through. So before I recorded this batch of podcast episodes, I made a little video and I said, today I'm thinking about the teacher that I'm going to help, the person that needs to hear what I'm about to say to them. I'm going to record episodes on these topics. And when I do that, I know that it will help this person. And by starting my podcast recording day, by thinking about you and making this little message to myself, this little behind the scenes snippet of how I'm going to help you, it just kind of changes everything because then I'm going into this talk right now, this podcast episode with you on my heart, and I'm very focused on exactly what you need to hear. Now, the good news is that over time, those thoughts will drift away a little bit as you experience some success, and especially when you start to hear from your actual customers. Now, you don't need to have a ton of customers to start hearing from people. With my teacher biz that I had just started this year, I was at maybe 30 customers or so when I started hearing back from people. And I've gotten to know some of those customers really well. And I just am so encouraged by what they've shared with me. Confidence in your business will come and come hard with the words of your customers. So, for example, on the kindergarten ready side of my business, I started a membership about a year ago called Kindergarten Ready Club. It is my most favorite product that I have in that side of my business because I get to build a relationship with these customers. I get to bring them learning activities and support every single month. And they're on a monthly subscription. So it also builds some stability into my business. I know uh, the minimum amount that I'll be making in my business. And that is such a good feeling to know that, okay, there's some sustainability here. I can carry this on. This will continue to go forward. But I love those products. I love those members. I started that membership last year and I created my sales page and I wrote the promises of my membership, that this will make it simple to teach your child, that you will have everything you need every day to teach your child, that your child will be excited to learn with you. And some of those, I was using my very best judgment, but did I know that every child would be excited to do these learning activities? I thought so. I really, truly thought so. I would never promise anything I didn't believe in. I thought that they would. I thought kids would like these activities. I was using everything I knew from my teaching experience to create the best activities that I could. But of course I had some doubts. What if someone's child doesn't like these activities? What if this isn't for everyone? I had some of those thoughts. And so when I actually heard back from members of that community when they had completed their customer survey and hundreds of members told me that my membership changed their life, that their kids who didn't previously like learning with them were now begging for learning time and asking to do more activities, and that they've seen so much growth in their children. Okay, I'm getting emotional talking about this. That they've seen so much growth in their children over the course of their membership because their child didn't know any letters before, couldn't identify any letter sounds, and now they're saying letter sounds all the time because they have this at their fingertips. Oh my gosh, life-changing. And did I mention emotional? I was crying. The tears were pouring down reading those reviews for the first time because while I was expecting to hear some good things, I didn't expect the deep life-changing responses. And oh man, once I read those by the hundreds, I felt such confidence that I had never felt before in my life. Knowing that my product was so good, that so many people were saying that it was literally life-changing to them and that they don't know what they would have done without this, and how it has really just been such a blessing to them. I mean, I was so confident after that. And really, the confidence from that experience is the thing that propelled me to finally get Teacher Biz out the door, because I had so many doubts about, could I really teach another teacher to start their own online business? And hearing from all of my customers all of these good things, that is what gave me the kick in the pants that I needed to actually start Teacher Biz and start helping you to do the same thing, because now I have the confidence that I needed. So in the long run, confidence does come from the words of your customers. I encourage you to collect the words of your customers whenever possible. But until you get there, just focus on them and give yourself that confidence. Stop focusing so much on yourself. Focus on the person that you're serving, and their words will come. The confidence from them will come. One other thing that I think is worth saying about this is that there's such a value in getting yourself some really good business friends in your corner. And by business friends, I mean people who truly and deeply understand the online business world and that are in it with you. I have, every time I've faltered in my business, I have turned to my business friends, and they have been there for me time and again. And there's just a difference. Of course, my real life friends would always be there for me, but they just don't understand every intricacy the way that business friends do when it comes to business things. So there's just a benefit, of someone If I have a negative comment on a Facebook ad, which does not faze me in the least anymore, oh my gosh, I just delete and block them and move on with my day. And probably every single day I'll get a negative comment because I've read so many ads and it just doesn't bother me at all. But in the beginning, oh my gosh, this person said something nasty about me. I can't believe it. Someone used a bad word to talk about my product. I can't believe that. And I would turn to my friends and they would just build me up again because they had been there and they understood. And there's such a value to that. So I encourage you to get yourself inside of some kind of community. Of course, my Teacher Biz membership is probably the best place for you if you're starting a Teacher Biz. And you can reach out to me if that's something that you're interested in. But just getting yourself in a community where you have other people who have your back and who understand what you're going through, such a benefit to that too. So to wrap it up, here are 3 things that you can do to crush that self-doubt and to put yourself out there in your business. Number 1, stop focusing on yourself and focus on the customer who you're trying to serve. Make it all about them, and then you won't be able to hold yourself back from helping them. Number 2 is to read the words of your customers because confidence really does come from them. And number 3 is to put yourself inside of a community with other online business owners who just truly understand what you're going through. That would make a world of difference. I want you to know that I believe in you. I believe in your business. I know that you can do this, and I know what you're doing in the world is valuable. It is worth doing. And so even when you don't feel up to it, I want you to put yourself out there, and I am just cheering you on all along the way.